all, welcome back for our elementary lesson this week. Put it on your calendars. We are so excited that next week kids classes are opening. We are looking forward to being together live and in person with you all. And if you want to stay remote for right now, that's totally okay too. So we still are going to have our lessons online for you to access in our newsletter and on our website. Let us know if you have any questions on any of that. And so without further ado, let's get started with our lesson for this week with a song, and we want to worship God all together. Get on up and get ready to sing.
We are young, we will lead the way. Show the world, we are here to stay. We are young, we will lead the way. Show the world, we are here to stay. Set an example by what you say, and do. Set an example by what you say, and do. We are his, and he showed the way. We will go, we will serve, we will celebrate. We are his, and he showed the way. We will go, we will serve, we will celebrate. Set an example by what you say, and do. Set an example by what you say, and do.
Try to set an example like I'm in class and I'm answering questions right. We confess we are blessed by the hands of Christ, trying to be a lighthouse, not a candlelight. So we new kids springing up, show the world with this news that we bringing up. Dudes are confused because we usually sing it, but it's all about God.
Set
we believe
an
in trust.
example by what you say, and do. Set an example by what you say, and do. Set an example. Set an example.
What a great song. Let's go right into our game so we can get focused for our lesson. Stay focused and find that ball. It's okay if you need to ask for help from the people around you, because that is all about what we are learning about this month, how we need help.
Where's the ball?
I hope you were able to find the ball, and maybe you needed some help, which that's okay. That's exactly what we're learning about today, that the Israelite people needed help. So I have a question for you before we begin our lesson. Have you ever gotten into trouble when you've done nothing wrong? How did you feel about it? So pause the video and discuss that together as a family, and come on back. It doesn't feel so great, does it? Today we're going to hear a story about a group of people, the Israelites, who were slaves to the Egyptians. They were treated badly and didn't deserve any of it. But we will see how God helps them. Let's see what Carl has to say this week and what our big idea is. Come on, let's watch the video.
Oh, no. Oh, hey, it's me, Carl. Welcome to Grow TV. We got a lot to talk about.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV!
Hey y'all, I gotta be honest, I'm not super prepared this week. I've got a lot on my mind. I'll tell you what, I read some of Moses' stories this week and There's some crazy stuff happening in there. I mean, Moses said yes to God's plan for him. Then he went to Egypt and was like, hey, Pharaoh, let my people go. And Pharaoh's like, no way. And Moses is like, what? And things totally changed after that. Things changed so much, it got me scared. That's why I'm prepping. Because I read about the 9 plagues that went over Egypt, and to call me Frank, even though I'm Carl, I got scared. So I have over here some items that are gonna help me prep for any possible plagues God might send my way. This is a Yeti mask. Know what Yetis are good at? Finding beef jerky. Why? I don't know. They were made for it. So if I'm ever hungry, I put this on, I'll probably find some beef jerky. This is an air pump. You get a flat tire on your bike? No worries, I got air. This is a Batman mask. It just looks cool, so I'm keeping it. And this is a Frisbee that looks like poop. Makes me laugh. And if you throw it at people, they'll go, ah. So, Frisbee poop. And that's it for now. I mean, I have more, but I think this stuff, it'll keep me out of trouble for now.
Carl!
Hey, DJ, what's up, man?
Not much, bro. How you doing?
Well, if I'm being honest, I guess I'm a little paranoid. I've been prepping.
Oh, you prepping? What you prepping for, Carl?
The possible plagues.
Possible plagues? Carl, you lost me, man. What you talking about?
Well, I read in Exodus about the plagues, and it got me worried. What if something like that happened to us? So I got all my gear ready just in case.
I guess I can see where you're coming from. What about the story has you so worked up? Let's start there.
Well, let's look at it. Pharaoh was refusing to let the Israelites go, even though Moses told him that God had sent him, and even though Moses turned his staff into a snake.
Pharaoh still didn't listen to Moses.
Exactly. And then the plague started. So the first plague was the river that turned into blood. That's gross. If I were Pharaoh, I would have let the Israelites go right there. Ugh.
I'm with you, man. Because right after that came the frogs. Imagine frogs in your street, in your house, and in your bed.
I know, it's terrible. After that came the plague of lice, then the plague of flies. Yuck.
Then the next plague was a plague that made all the livestock sick. Poor animals.
Yep, and then the next one was, I don't like this one, the plague of boils. I don't even know what that is, but it scares me.
Boils are like skin infections that cover your whole body and are extremely painful.
Ouch! That had to have hurt.
Want to talk about hurt? How about the next plague? Hail. Balls of ice falling from the sky.
Then locusts, bugs flying everywhere. And finally, the last one, darkness. A life covered by darkness. Listen, I'm still afraid of the dark. That's why I'm going to keep a flashlight on at all times.
Oh, wait, Carl, that's not all.
What do you mean?
Oh, there's more.
I mean, there's the final plague, darkness. What's more terrifying than that? Talk about troubling.
Carl, that's not the last plague. That's the 9th plague. There's 10.
10? Are you kidding me? I finally started to calm down, and now you drop this on me? Oh no, this is going to be awful. What am I going to do?
Well, let's talk about the last plague. It's called the plague of the firstborn.
Excuse me?
But this plague, the Israelites have a chance to save their firstborns.
The what? TJ, I'm a firstborn.
Yeah, me too. So this was Pharaoh's last chance. But God told Moses a way that the Israelites could be spared from the last plague. The people would need to take the blood of a lamb and paint their doorpost with it. Then when the plague came across the land, it would pass over their homes and they would be saved.
So the Israelites were saved?
Yes. After that, Pharaoh let the Israelites go. And after that, Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt and away from their horrible lives they knew as slaves.
Well, then what happened?
Nothing. God had saved them from Egypt and from the 10 plagues. Well, there was that moment when Pharaoh got mad and got all his soldiers and then he chased them when he was in his chariots and horses.
I knew it. More bad things happened.
But God saved them from that too. God actually had them walk right through a sea to escape Pharaoh's army.
Whoa, that's great to know that God helps when we're in trouble.
You're absolutely right, Carl. And I have good news. That's our big idea. So today's big idea is God helps us when we're in trouble.
On the count of three, let's say it out loud. 1,
2,
3.
God helps us when we're in trouble.
God sure does. Helps us when we're in trouble. Woohoo! Good job, everyone.
I'm glad we got that all figured out, man. And you know what? Next week, I'm excited to talk about what happened to the Israelites after they left Egypt.
Well, that's great. I can't wait to learn. So I guess I don't need this stuff now, right?
Well, you might need it for that thing. That's something behind you, Carl. Something behind you, man.
What?
Gotcha. All right, kids. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
Wow, those were some terrible plagues. The Israelites were in trouble, and our big idea is that God helps us when we are in trouble. God helped and protected the Israelites. God sent Moses to help the people too. We too have people around us that help us every day. I have some scenarios where some people would need help. So I wanted to ask a few friends from church and see what they thought about who could help them if they were in this situation. So let's listen. Okay, here is our first scenario. Angela is having a hard time in math class. She is falling further and further behind. Who can she ask for help? So if you want to pause the video now. You can talk about it as a family and decide who she could ask for help. Otherwise, here is what our friends from church have to say.
I think Angela could ask for help from her teacher. I also think she could ask for help from her mom and dad.
Okay, here is our next one. Pedro is at a friend's house for a sleepover. It is his first time not sleeping at home. He is supposed to be sleeping, but it's really dark and he is scared. Who can he ask for help? So again, if you want to pause it now, talk about it as a family, and then come back and we can hear what our friends from church have to say about who they would ask for help.
His friend. His friend's dad.
Okay, here's our last one. Sam is at the mall with her family. She is having a great time until she realizes she has no idea where her family is. Who can she ask for help? So, once again, pause the video now if you want to talk about it as a family. Otherwise, here comes our answer from our friends from church.
The security guard could help her find her family again. You might have a map of the mall.
Great answers. So we learned today from the Bible that God helped the Israelites when they were in trouble. God helps you and me today when we are in trouble too. How amazing is that? What are some ways that God helps people today? Pause the video and discuss as a family, what are some ways God helps people today? Take a few minutes to discuss and come on back. Hope you came up with lots of ways God helps us today. God helps us in so many ways. God sends other people to help us. God helps us through music or reading our Bible. God helps us in answered prayers. God helps us in so many ways every day. God helps us when we're in trouble. Let's end our lesson by reviewing our monthly memory verse. I have a fun game for us to play to get our brains thinking. It's a game we played last week where I reveal one square at a time, and you can see if your memory can help you remember the rest of the verse without seeing the whole thing. Here we go. Our game is about to start. I'm going to reveal one slide at a time. You might remember this from last week. You're going to try and guess. Maybe we could do all blue squares. That might give us a checkerboard effect. As it goes, can you remember our verse only seeing parts of the word. We go down here, we see it's from Psalms. Maybe that will trigger your memory too. Okay, let's go back. See if you can be the first one in your family to guess it. Ooh, that gives you a big clue. My help comes. Can you say the rest of it? Okay, are we ready to see the whole thing? Ta-da! Here is our verse. My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Psalm 121:2. Great job, guys. I hope you are getting better and better at remembering our verse. And next week, I'm going to give you a challenge, and we're going to add the first verse of this chapter too. So if this is starting to get too easy, look forward to next week when we'll do a challenge on our verse. Thanks for our great lesson. I'm so glad you guys did it with me, and I can't wait to see some of you in person next week. Have a great week. Enjoy that fall weather, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.